Caught off guard, Caitlyn Clark reacts to questions about Angel Reese's new path. When the news of Angel Reese's new career broke, Caitlyn Clark completely destroyed her on live TV. If you're wondering why Clark is so upset, let's be clear. We've all seen the headlines about her leaving for Europe, and Angel quickly stated that it was all about the money.
He ain't pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. I'm gonna do the math.
However, Clark wasted no time in proving everyone wrong, making it apparent that she doesn't require a $100 million check to prove her superiority. In contrast, Angel's experience is rather different.
I'm a beautiful girl. Like, I'm a beautiful woman. I've been posting pictures in my bikinis. I got a nice body and I work hard for it. And if I want to post a picture in my bikini, I should be able to without being sexualized.
In a move that has everyone in the game scratching their heads, she went live on Instagram to complain that the WNBA isn't paying her enough for the lifestyle she desires. Apparently, modeling pays more, so she's now pursuing a daring career in modeling.
I should be able to without being sexualized, where I'm saying I'm asking for, or like being able to have a moment where like I'm being vulgar or I'm this, that, like it is, and it's the same. It's been happening for a really long time now.
For almost everyone who genuinely cares about the sport, it's unnerving.
Earlier on, after the season, and when I was in my press conference and I was talking about being sexualized, like I guess people thought that was like because I post pictures in my bathing suits. No, like multiple occasions, people have made AI pictures of me like naked.
Moreover, it was clear from the beginning that Angel Reese had goals much greater than basketball, even though she was confident in her abilities. Reese had different ideas while the majority of players were out there honing their jump shots and perfecting their game. She wanted to be a model and the center of attention, so she made sure her appearance received as much attention as her stats. She wanted the world to notice her for more than just her game.
She would do all she could in order to keep the attention off of her, right? Oh, maybe not.
If you look at her Instagram, you won't see her sweating profusely while working on her photo or posting those gritty, no days off posts like Caitlyn Clark. Instead, it's all about Angel showing off her body to keep the attention on her. This wasn't a side gig for her. She was adamant that her appearance was just as valuable as anything she brought to court, and she was bold about it.
They have sent it to my family members. My family members are like, uncles are sending it to me like,
no,
are you naked on Instagram? It sucks to see that, and it's really hard that I have to go through that, and now seeing other players even having to go through that. But like, at the end of the day, it's a game that we do both love.
Self-assurance through the ceiling while players like Clark were out there working hard and keeping it all about the game. She felt that her appearance was her ticket, and to be honest, she played that hand whenever she could. However, being more than just a basketball player wasn't just a part of the strategy, it was the entire plan.
I'm a beautiful girl. Like, I'm a beautiful woman. I've been posting pictures in my bikinis. I got a nice body and I work hard for it. And if I want to post a picture in my bikini, I should be able to without being sexualized.
And then came Caitlyn Clark's response. Oh my God, when Clark had her turn on live TV, she didn't sugarcoat anything. Clark couldn't believe that someone as talented as Reese would abandon the game for a few extra dollars and more followers for Clark. It's never just about basketball, it's about what the sport stands for, so when she saw Reese chase fame over ball, it hit hard. Clark didn't hold back, calling it like she saw it. Reese had essentially sold out, sacrificing integrity and dignity for attention, and honestly, that's a move that makes you wonder where Reese's priorities really lie. The stark contrast between these two, even on social media, is what's crazy. Clark's posts are all about her basketball accomplishments and hard work, and she's curating an Instagram feed that's more about getting likes and attention than actually playing on the court. Angel Reese, for example, is dressed like she's starring in some knockoff reality show, which is a bold strategy but one that's difficult to respect, especially when you're supposed to be representing women's sports. It seems like Reese has always been more interested in showing off her body than improving her game, and while that's a choice, it's not one that someone like Clark, or, to be honest, many fans can support.
So, she makes a regular American salary for an extraordinary amount of attention that she gets. Now, obviously, she's cashing in with endorsements and all of that,
Big
but
time.
You know, isn't there an incentive?
This is what makes it even more bizarre. The thing that hurts for people like Clark and all the fans who had high expectations for Reese is that she had the talent, the spotlight, and a clear path to becoming a true force in the WNBA. But instead of sticking with that, she has shifted her focus to something entirely different. It seems like she is more concerned with being seen than being remembered for her game.
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000.
So her WNBA salary doesn't pay her rent. Now her WNBA salary is like $74,000.
Reese has the chance to inspire an entire generation of young girls who could have looked up to her for her skills on the court, but instead she's conveying a completely different message. So Clark isn't the only one who feels like this is a huge loss for the sport. Talent takes a back seat as fame and wealth take precedence.
And grandma would fall asleep in the chair, and you had to go up there to that TV, by the way, that you pointed to. You didn't have a clicker to switch the channel. You had to go physically change the channel. And I'm not kidding you, Ricky. Every time.
The sad reality is that for Reese, it's not just about the money. She's putting her brand and appearance first and allowing her talent to fade into the background. For someone like Clark, who has always allowed her skills speak for herself, that's not only frustrating, but shameful.
She goes on to say that her WNBA salary doesn't pay her rent.
During her Instagram live session in early 2024, Angel Reese was bold and unapologetic, laying it all out. It seems that the WNBA wasn't doing well, and their paychecks weren't large enough to fund the luxurious lifestyle she had in mind. Trust me, she wasn't looking for pocket change. Angel Reese has never been shy about what really matters to her, and let's just say it's not winning championships or breaking records on the court. It's all about the money.
Dan pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of my rent for where I stay at. I'm gonna do the math real quick. I don't even know my salary does.
And have to actually live off that.
I know.
That's really sad.
I wouldn't even be able to get a sandwich if I wanted to. I wouldn't be able to eat. I would only be able to live.
Yeah. Especially in a city like Chicago, New York, that's crazy. And you make the same amount of money if you live in New York, California, which are the most expensive states.
I know.
Versus if you live in
imagine
Minnesota.
Where Cam and Ricky and them live.
Yeah, and their tax rate is so much higher.
And I want to live somewhere safe, so.
So crazy.
It was startling, especially because Reese had been on pace to become one of the WNBA's biggest stars, because she was very clear with her followers as well. She wanted everything: fancy clothing, pricey vehicles, first class, basketball, and more. It was only a stepping stone to her ultimate objective, a hefty payout.
So when you were talking about being sexualized in the media, a lot of people were like, well, she asked for it.
That's what I'm saying. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't get what that means because I'm a beautiful girl.
Fans were shocked by the swift and harsh backlash because it wasn't just about her requesting financial security, which, to be honest, who doesn't? She was outright stating that her love for the game was subordinated to material possessions, which many people didn't agree with, and it's safe to say that it raised a lot of eyebrows.
That being able to be a beautiful woman, being able to be somebody that posts pictures and it's always looking good. So
that's a good question.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that this wasn't Reese's first experience with controversy. The entire steroid scandal in 2024 was a huge blow to her reputation, and people were already questioning whether she could ever return to the league in a meaningful way after that mess. Instead of taking ownership of it and working hard to get back on her feet, Reese took a completely different route, shifting her focus to modeling and eventually even adult entertainment. Yes, she reasoned that if basketball wasn't going to pay her what she wanted, she would find another way to stay relevant and make a lot of money.
It's kind of like the league is in its baddie era.
Yeah.
So right now
it's in a baddie era.
For real.
Sure. I love the tunnel walks, everybody getting fitted for games.
And it's clear Reese enjoys playing the victim card whenever someone calls her out. When the backlash becomes too loud, she's quick to take to social media to complain about being sexualized and harassed, but she's also out there doing everything she can to get the attention she claims to detest. It's as if she lives in a self-made cycle where she courted attention and then cried foul when it wasn't the kind of attention she wanted.
Angel Reese, which is absolutely ridiculous, and let's talk about how ridiculous it is.
With more than 2 million followers, it's obvious that she knows how to draw attention to herself. But when the hate comes in, she flips the script and begins to complain about how unfair it is that people only consider her appearance. This back and forth is, to put it mildly, confusing for someone who says she's upset about being objectified. It's difficult to overlook the irony, which makes it extremely difficult for anyone to feel sorry for her right now.
I'm happy where we are. I'm happy to see all the girly girls being able to pop it and look cute on the runway and being able to continue that, because we have a couple models in this league. Like, we got some face cards.
Lot.
We got some face cards.
That Skims campaign.
Fans who formerly admired Angel Reese for her abilities now feel completely alienated and wonder if she is still an athlete who wants to be taken seriously, or if she is merely attempting to establish a reputation for herself through controversy. It's difficult to tell these days, but it's obvious that basketball isn't her first focus anymore, if it ever was. Her decisions have made that painfully clear.
Like, being able to know, like, you can do stuff outside and make money outside of, like, women are not going overseas just to go overseas, just casual for fun. I'm sure they want to spend time here. It's a long season. Just being able to stay here, I would want to stay here. I'm staying here. I'm not going overseas.
And that's when the criticism really begins to mount. You can't have it both ways. You can't post something that is specifically designed to provoke that type of response and then complain about being sexualized. Reese isn't being forced into anything. These are her decisions, and she makes them with complete assurance. However, when the backlash comes, which it inevitably does, she reverses the course and plays the victim once more. Anything is a tactic she has been doing for some time, and it's difficult to ignore.
Death threats, I've been sexualized, I've been threatened, I've been so many things, and I've stood strong.
One of the most amusing occasions was a contentious picture session she took in late 2024. To put it mildly, the photograph wasn't particularly about basketball, and it naturally sparked yet another round of discussion regarding Reese's public image. Reese then claimed on social media that she was being unfairly evaluated on the basis of her appearance rather than her athletic abilities. But once more, she opted to participate in this picture shoot because she wanted the exposure but not the associated criticism.
If you're in the NBA and you've got a guaranteed contract of 5, 10 plus $million, whatever, you don't necessarily have an incentive to go out and make headlines because you're being compensated.
And that's why Caitlyn Clark's oblique remarks were even more hurtful. Clark has always let her accomplishments speak for themselves. She is more concerned with being the best player on the court and breaking records than she is with popularity for the sake of fame. Reese's career has begun to seem like an afterthought. Rather than being renowned for her basketball prowess, she is now more well known for the issues and scandals she causes off the court.